Welcome to DS Trucks. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to find your curb weight for free and how much heavier is a diesel. That's a very important question. A lot of times you end up with the diesel for its increased capacity, but end up with the truck that in a way has less capacity. So if you're looking for a diesel or a gas, this will help you and prevent you from getting a truck that's maybe less capable than you thought, and what can be done to prevent you from ending up in that situation. So number one, how to find your curb weight for free. Your curb weight of your vehicle is not listed anywhere in the vehicle. And even if you go to the website, the Ford website, to find the curb weight of your vehicle, generally they're going to have the weight of an XL listed. So it's not going to take into account your trim level that you have. If you have a Lariat, like the case here, that generally adds like 400 pounds of weight, and the Platinums and the Limiteds and trims like that add even more weight, which in turn take away from the available payload that you can have. So if you were to get a 250 with all the bells and whistles, you might be surprised that you have a payload available closer to what would be available in a 150, not a 250. So how do you find the curb weight? How do you find the weight of your vehicle? Just because it's good to know, how heavy is your vehicle. Now, to figure that out, you have to keep in mind that that's not listed anywhere in the truck, but you have the gross vehicle weight rating and you have the available payload. So to figure out the curb weight of your vehicle for free, all you have to do is take your gross vehicle weight rating, which is here on your sticker inside of your door, and on this particular truck, it is 11.5. So 11,500 pounds, and then take the available payload, which is on this particular truck, 3504, and subtract that. And what you end up with is essentially 8,000 pounds. So that's pretty heavy just because of the features that this truck has. It weighs right there at 8,000 pounds, which is very interesting. Now, that doesn't take into account all the accessories and everything that you add to the truck. And those things will take away. Even a spray-in bed liner is going to take some weight carrying ability away from your truck, because that adds weight, and that is something that is heavy. Then you have your rubber mat, that's a couple of pounds, and all these accessories add up. Now, the only thing that is included in your gross, in your curb weight, is a full tank of fuel. So you are allowed to have a full tank of fuel on top of whatever is available in your payload. Now, how much heavier is a diesel? That's an interesting question. Here we have a gas variant of a very similar truck. This one is an XL. Now, this particular truck is an F250, and it has a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,000 pounds and available payload of 3366. Now, that's pretty interesting. Let's figure out how much this truck weighs first. 10,000 pounds minus 3366 equals 6,634 pounds. Interesting. So this truck is significantly heavier, being an F350 diesel Lariat. It's significantly heavier, like we said, came in at about 8,000 pounds, whereas our F250 came in at about 6,600 pounds. Now, does that mean that a diesel is 1,500 to 1,400 pounds heavier than a gas variant? Well, not exactly, because we have other factors in play. Like I said, this is an XL truck, and this is a Lariat Ultimate. You have your LED setup, you have your heated and cooled seats, and a lot more technology. And on top of that, yes, you have the diesel, you have the heavier exhaust system, the heavier emission system, and just in general, heavier vehicle. So how can we find out how much heavier the diesel is? Well, for that, we're going to refer to the Ford page, the Ford specs page. We'll pull up two XL trucks of the same trim level, one as a gas and one as a diesel. We'll figure out exactly what the difference is. See you guys at the computer. All right, so how much heavier is the diesel compared to the gas? I brought my computer here and I pulled up the specifications of the same trucks, with the only difference being the 6.7 liter Power Stroke engine versus the 6.2 liter gasoline engine. The gasoline version weighs 5,677 pounds, while the diesel version weighs 6,483, for a total of 806 pounds. So the diesel option is going to cost you 806 pounds of payload of a similar truck, but in turn the diesels can tow much more but takes away a little bit of payload. What does that all mean? Well, in order to get the maximum out of a diesel, you really might want to stay away from the F250 diesels and go for the F350 diesels, just because they have that much more available payload in the form of an F350 with the payload package, which can give you an extra 1,500 pounds of payload over an F250. Why would you go for the F250 variant or versus the 350 variant? Well, because you stay under that 10,000 pounds of a gross vehicle weight rating, which would prevent you from doing a lot of different licensing, because once you go over 10,000 pounds, you have a lot more licensing. Drivers need chauffeur's licenses and things like that, at least in Michigan. Every state's different. But for recreation, if you go over those numbers, over the 10,000 pound vehicle weight ratings for just doing recreation in Michigan, that's fine. So if you're towing a travel trailer or a boat, you want to go for the 350. Whereas if you're towing a dump trailer or a lawn mowing trailer, it might be worth it for you to get the 250, just so that your drivers don't have to have chauffeur's licenses. And once you cross 26,000 pounds of gross combined weight rating, meaning your truck and your trailer together weighing more than 26,000 pounds rating, then your drivers need CDLs. So there's reasons why you would go for either one of the trucks, but generally speaking, people want the higher capacities and tend to go for 350s, particularly for diesels and for high trim levels. Going with the 350 is worth it in a lot of applications. Now, what's really interesting is by going with the 350 versus a 250, the 250 comes pretty close in the form of an XL to the available payload that you get in a 350. This truck can haul 3,500 pounds, and the F250 can haul 3,300 pounds. But like we said, the F250 does not have a diesel, and it does not have a ton of trim. It's just an XL. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I want to thank PowerStroke Tech Talk for lending us his truck, his Ford F350, so that we can
thanks for watching, guys,
make this video. So subscribe to his channel, check him out, and hope to see you guys in the next one. DS Trucks, guys, nothing but the best. Over and out.